Hi, I'm Mark. In this video, we're going to compare a battery-powered lawnmower to a gas-powered machine. If you've been shopping for a mower or just been walking through a home improvement center lately, you've probably noticed a lot of battery-powered mowers. Are these mowers any good? We're going to find out. We've purchased two mowers at about the same price point. The gas-powered Honda was about $550 at the time of purchase, and the Makita about $500. In our review, we'll compare the features of each mower. We'll discuss the advantages to a battery-powered mower as well as the advantages to a gas-powered mower. We'll see how much grass you can cut on a single charge with a battery-powered mower. We'll compare the cut quality of each machine, as well as their performance in wet grass and tall grass. We'll also see how each mower handles mulching. And last, we'll see how each mower handles the task of mowing up fall leaves. Before we start our mowing tests, let's take a minute and look at each of the mowers we're going to be using. For our battery-powered mower, we're using Makita model XML11. It's a 36-volt mower, and it achieves that by using two standard 18-volt Makita battery packs wired in series to make the 36 volts. This mower has a brushed mower, which means it uses carbon brushes to conduct electricity inside the motor itself. There are also battery-powered mowers available that have brushless motors. Over here we have the deck height adjustment lever. This single lever adjusts all four wheels at the same time, and we can cut from 1.5 inches up to 4 inches in length. The mower includes a grass bag for collecting grass clippings, as well as a mulching plug so you can mulch the grass clipping. At the top of the handle we have all of our controls. There's an on-off button, a safety switch for the grass engagement bail, a speed control lever for the drive speed, and our drive bail that actuates the drive motors and makes the mower go forward. The handle is also adjustable for comfort and can be collapsed for storage. Another cool feature about battery-powered mowers is they don't need to be stored flat like a gasoline machine. You can fold the handle up and then tip the mower onto its side or end to store it that way, and it takes up less space. Our gas-powered mower uses a 167cc 4-cycle engine. On this mower, the deck height is adjustable with one lever to control the front wheels and one to control the rear, and it's adjustable from 1 inch up to 4 inches. Again, it has a grass bag, and on this machine, to change to mulching, it has a lever, and you can select bagging or mulching. For our handle controls, we have the engine control lever, and this lever controls the drive speed. The farther I push down on this, the faster the mower goes. Again, the handle is also adjustable for comfort and can be collapsed for storage. One of the big differences between gas-powered and battery-powered mowers is the amount of maintenance they require. Let's first talk about the gas mower. Each time you mow, you'll need to add gas, and it's a good idea to check the oil level to make sure the engine's not out of oil. At least once per year, you're going to need to change the oil, replace the spark plug, and replace the air filter. Another common maintenance item on a gas-powered engine is the carburetor. The longer the mower sits, the more likely it is for varnish and corrosion to form in the carburetor. That will cause the engine to run poorly or not start at all. And when that happens, you'll either need to clean the carburetor or replace it. Also, at least once per year, you'll need to sharpen the blade, and periodically you'll need to clean any grass that builds up inside the lawnmower deck. When you store the mower, it's a good idea to put some fuel stabilizer in the fuel. Every month or so, I like to take the mower out and run it for a few minutes. That gets some of the fuel from the tank down into the carburetor and makes it so it's less likely to plug the carburetor. Now, the battery-powered mower is going to require a lot less maintenance. Every time you mow, the most important thing is to just make sure that you've charged the batteries. Just like the gas mower, you're going to need to sharpen the blade at least once per year and clean the excess grass from the deck, so much less maintenance with the battery-powered mower. So now we know a little about these mowers, let's get to the mowing test. I think the biggest concern most people have when considering a battery-powered lawnmower is how much grass can I mow per charge? Am I going to be constantly waiting for the batteries to charge? In our first test, we're going to mow the entire yard and see how it does. This is a 1/3 acre lot, and the grass covers about 6,500 square feet of it. The lawn has been growing for 1 week. Let's grab the mower and see how it does. So I'm pretty impressed. We made it 2/3 or maybe 3/4 of the way through the lawn before the batteries died. Swap them out. So we easily mowed the entire yard using the 2 sets of batteries that came with the mower. In fact, we hardly needed the second set. So as far as can you conveniently mow your lawn with a battery-powered lawnmower, I would say yeah, it easily passed that test. It's been a week since our last test, and the lawn is definitely ready for a mow. So for cut quality, what are we looking for? Well, the main thing I look for is a nice, flat, consistent lawn. I don't want to see blades of grass sticking up above the rest. I want to make sure that the mower is lifting the tracks from the wheels back up and cutting that grass. Otherwise, as the grass grows, those will lift and be taller than the rest of the lawn. If the lawn is bumpy, as the lawnmower goes over those bumps and lands, sometimes it'll cut a divot or a low spot in the lawn, and that's not good. Typically, a heavier lawnmower will cut a flatter lawn than a lighter lawnmower will because it moves up and down less. So those are what we're going to look for. Let's see how the mowers do. So I would say both mowers did a great job here. Both sides look flat. They seem to have cut the grass in the wheel tracks very well. I will say though, on the cordless mower side, there are a few of those stragglers. If you look close, you'll see a few blades of grass that didn't get cut where everything around them did. So it's really close here. Both mowers did great, but I would say that the gas-powered mower probably did just a little bit better. But again, both are acceptable. Both look really good. Now we'll move on to our wet grass test. One thing to note here, the manufacturer of the battery-powered lawnmower suggests not mowing when it's raining. I guess the lawnmower isn't sealed to deal with water falling on it while it's being used. That shouldn't be an issue with the gas-powered mower. So both mowers did pretty well on the wet grass test. I am noticing that the gas-powered mower left a flatter, more consistent lawn. Again, the battery-powered mower left some of the grass matted down, as we saw in some of the other tests. I think that the battery-powered mower just doesn't have as much lift and as much power when it's dealing with heavy conditions like wet grass would be. I'm seeing a lot of these mohawk stripes left on the lawn where it didn't lift the grass completely. So next we're going to do the tall grass test. Now none of the grass in my yard is really any taller than any of the other. So to simulate tall grass, what I'm going to do is drop the mowing height of the mower. I'm only going to drop it a ½ inch, and why that doesn't seem like a lot, by dropping it, I'll be cutting into the thicker part of the lawn. So we're actually going to put a lot more load on the motors on each of the mowers. The gas-powered mower had a lot more power to handle the long grass. While it left a lot of debris on the lawn, it powered through it and didn't slow down a whole lot. Where the battery-powered mower, at times the blade was almost stopping. And because of that, you see a lot of areas where it really didn't cut the lawn because the blade was going so slowly. So on this one, I'd have to give the nod to the gasoline-powered mower. It definitely had more power and did a better job of powering through the long grass. So now we're ready to do our mulching test. I need to convert each mower over to its mulching mode. On the gas-powered mower, our particular mower anyway, that's as easy as taking this lever and switching it over to mulch. For the battery-powered mower, I'll remove the bag and insert the provided mulch plug. And now our mowers are ready to go. So first we're looking at the side of the lawn cut with the gas-powered mower. What I'm noticing on this side is lots of these clumps of mulch grass left behind on the lawn. Overall, it did a pretty good job, but there's quite a few of these clumps left, and some people would find that annoying. On the battery-powered side, we don't see the clumps of grass left behind, but what I am noticing is the battery mower doesn't seem to have as much lift. And there's a lot of these areas that stayed matted down. The mower didn't lift them, so they're a little taller. This will become really noticeable over the next few days as the grass naturally grows back up and stands up. Not real bad though, and overall I would say that the cordless or the battery-powered mower did a better job. For our final test, we're going to use each mower to mow up some leaves. We'll begin with our bagging test. Let's get started. So both mowers did pretty well. It seems like the gas mower maybe did a little better than the battery-powered mower. And I think that's because it tends to have a little more power and a little more lift. To be fair, it's pretty cold out here today and the lawn is a little icy. Some of the leaves are somewhat frozen to the ground, but overall they did well. When we're mulching leaves, what we're looking for are nice small pieces. We want the mower to break them down as small as possible so they can decompose easily into the lawn. Both mowers did a pretty good job. If anything, I would say the gas mower maybe cut the pieces just a little smaller. I think part of that is because our particular mower uses a double blade system, so everything gets cut twice. Both mowers did great, pretty equal comparison. So after using both of these mowers for our tests, here's a few takeaways I came away with. First, they're both exceptional mowers. and I'd be more than happy to use either mower to mow my own lawn. One of my concerns was, how would the battery-powered mower hold up against the gas-powered mower? And I can tell you, it holds up really well. It has plenty of runtime, good power, good overall features, and it's really quiet. Now, one thing I did notice is the gasoline-powered mower does have more power. That might be an issue if you're the type that doesn't like to mow your lawn and you let it grow really long in between mowings. You might want that extra power to deal with that kind of lawn. But for most people, the cordless mower is going to have plenty of power. Another thing I noticed is the gas-powered mower seems to have more lift. The lift stands the grass up and the grass gets cut more evenly for a more manicured looking lawn. I think the reason for that is the blades they use on the mowers. This is the gas-powered mower blade, and this is the blade off of the cordless mower. This tab on the back of the blade is what creates the lift. You'll notice the tab on the gasoline-powered mower is a lot steeper than the one on the battery-powered mower. I think the reason they do that is the extra lift makes more resistance on the blade. Resistance takes more power, and therefore the battery-powered mower would have a shorter run time with more lift. Hopefully, as time goes on, either the manufacturer or an aftermarket company will make an accessory blade that you can add to the mower that'll have more lift while sacrificing a little run time. I think the big advantage to the battery-powered mower is the simple maintenance. Basically, charge your batteries, throw them in the mower, and mow. Very little other maintenance. You're not dealing with gas and oil changes and spark plugs and air filters and carburetors and all that other stuff that tends to lead to downtime on the gasoline-powered mower. So which one should you buy? Again, both of these are great mowers, and I don't think you'd be unhappy with either one. Cordless is the future, gas is the past. We filmed this video series over several months, and during that time, Honda has actually announced that 2023 will be the last year they produce any lawnmowers. And I think that's because the market is changing. More and more states and even cities are passing laws requiring zero emissions from yard equipment. And I think because of that, Honda's decided to get out of the business. So I think as the market evolves, you're going to see more and more battery-powered mowers and less gas mowers. Now, like I said though, between the two mowers we reviewed, our gas-powered mower did have more power than the battery-powered mower. So if you have an application where you need that power, long grass, really heavy mulching, that kind of thing, you may be happier with the gasoline-powered mower. But overall, if you don't have that requirement, the sheer convenience of the battery-powered mower would make it probably my choice. Charge the batteries and go. Very little other maintenance, easy to store, don't have to worry about carburetor issues and all those other things. Don't have to go to the gas station to get gas. Just keep your batteries charged and you're good to mow. So that's my opinions, but what do you think? Would you buy a battery-powered mower or would you stick with a gasoline-powered mower? Which one do you have now and why? Tell us in the comments, and thanks for watching.